Yes, welcome around the Cuba! And my favourite restaurant in Denniston, the Lovable Rogue.
Great name, innit?
Aye. Brilliant merchandise as well. If you want to come down for a wee drink.
Sales of the hoodie have just plummeted.
No, up with me.
Plummeted.
Brilliant. Make sure you come down and get a wee jumper. Lovely. That's what
Can I
it's all
see
about.
it? You're hiding it. How much are they?
I think you get it free, don't you?
Did it all smell of BO as well? Or
Nice
is that just yours? And by the way, see if you want to know what causes a monstrosity. What a word, by the way. Think of a monstrosity, right? There's one, if you could see it, I'll show you what causes it. That is the cause of that fucking monstrosity.
That's bypassed me about 20 years ago.
Aye. I can't use that.
So
It all
that's-
sticks
that's-
together and then goes really
I
thin.
buy it genuinely, I buy about 6 or 7 in a week.
Why?
Whenever I go.
Because he does the pubes as well, doesn't he?
Let's see, what?
I like the way it like the
Does it
pubes.
smell
Right,
anything?
wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Does that, what is that?
Know how much it is? Did you see it?
Are you... No, I thought he was going to do the same.
I know, smell that.
Oh,
Boom.
yeah.
Doesn't really sniff him much.
That's actually. Can you shave with that?
Do you know how much it is?
I'd shave with that.
Guess how much it is. Bear in mind that everything's went up
What?
massively in price.
I'm going to say £1.22.
That's a fiver.
You know, 89 pence.
So £7 for my
Smells
hair,
it.
right?
It's 89 pence on a 50 pence face.
I'd have a piece in that. So
in gels.
Man, a piece in gel. Ever had a
I'll
piece
tell
in
you how
gel?
much I love Open Goal. I've got a picture of Slaney on the wall singing.
By the way,
That was him at the Hydro.
we're in the
That was me dressed in
midst
extra,
of
innit?
greatness, by the way.
Is this the what?
Hero. Hey, by the way, there's a man. Hey, Begbie.
That's who you've turned into, mate.
Oh,
You've turned
love
into
him.
Who was
Big,
it? Who was the first person you looked at?
So it's my bag.
Who is that? It's Paddy.
Her out of train spot and she's tearing in this
There's
man.
Kev Kyle as well.
And
Look.
she big Kev.
Big Kev up on top.
Aye.
Gaze that Begbie pose, Derek. Gaze it. Get to the camera.
No, that's quality.
Gaze the
Innit?
same pose, come on.
Who's,
There.
can I just say something? See the gear he's got on? That's the way I went to school. You're not high school.
Who's that? I was
In
like,
Hamilton.
damn it.
That's the way I nicked
You
about.
get that?
Pringle. We were Pringle jumpers. Stay press.
That's back in there.
Wee Harrington jackets and all that. I don't know about the fag and the mouth in the class, right enough, but
But you're on the fags now, aren't you? So
Like
that is-
Sovereign Ring as well.
but that was in, aye. That was
for hitting people with
that
the
was a knuckle. But honestly, class. So it is.
Cheers.
But you're right, she was her at a train spot and was
Aye, she did darling.
Is there anything missing for that one?
What is it you like to do with a Soviet ring on?
Oh, it's my favourite. My favourite to do
You need to take them off, didn't you, when you're doing that?
Here, who's missing for that war?
Your man knows when
you're
you're doing it,
getting
didn't you?
lonely.
'Cause you can hear the Soviet
Fuck
jackal.
after war.
I think we're getting Conley up there. Who else? We're missing
Palanitini,
Anything missing for that?
Rabsy,
Coisty.
Nesbitt.
We're missing Coisty.
Capaldi and Jerry, innit?
Aye.
They
Aye,
all got
Capaldi
there.
needs to
Do you
go.
think you would into that frame?
Faddy,
No,
you're right. I'm Faddy, Faddy.
Faddy should be on that.
Faddy
The
should be
great
for the
Scottish
sport,
icon.
aye.
Yeah, what'd you say? There's your dad, Jimmy Johnson, on the boat.
Oh, is that a wee jinky?
Aye. Doing it.
Was he no bloated on that? Was that no the story with Steaming when he
Aye,
went on the boat?
that's
Your
class.
hero for that reason alone.
By the way,
Forget
you
the football.
know the boy in here told us why Wet 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 was called, why they're called Wet Wet Wet, you know this?
Is it
No.
anything to
Right,
do with the
geez,
wet
it-
look
No.
gel?
89 PJ
It's based on his hair. Because it was all, we had the slide Clydebank, because it was always raining in Clydebank. That's why he called them Wet Wet Wet. Every time they went to rehearse, they'd look outside and it would be raining.
Do you know my funny say Clydebank? My granny get put in bunkers there when they walk in Clydebank.
Right.
And did she get a horse
But
in the
there you
bunker?
go. It's funny how you come out with certain names in it. There you go. Wet, wet, wet. And you've been watching Cheltenham. Some of the horses that are running and all that.
Somebody
You know,
jokes about
some of the names that they come up with are great. What name would you come up with your horse? Have you had a horse? And it's running
He's
at
got
Cheltenham?
something like a horse, didn't
Aye, I
he?
know.
What is it you
So
call
what
it?
would you call it?
Aye, his.
The big chopper.
python.
The big chopper.
A big chopper would be a good name.
I don't mind that rumour spreading, but it's not true.
Cashew nut, I would call my horse Cashew nut. Cashew nut.
On a good day.
Retracting turtle head.
Cashew seed.
Retracting turtle.
Have you been watching Cheltenham?
No. Yeah, this is the first year I've no better.
I'm the same. I've not had a wee
It's,
turtle.
it's just some of the names.
What a flutter on it. A wee turtle on it.
Just some of the names. What would yours? What would you?
Mine would probably be the bang average horse.
No, bang average horse.
All the mad ones. You could come out with it. You'd get away with it, wouldn't you?
Do you know better than Cheltenham, eh?
No.
The more I think I'll have a wee flutter.
For ladies' day.
Gold Cup the more.
Sit bollock and, Oh no, ladies' days today, sorry, I had Gold Cup of Monaghan.
That's Gold Cup the more.
Any tips for the viewers?
My Brave Man or something it is. It's 10-1.
Good. Good. I like that for you.
Aye.
Who's told you that?
Pole
McCoy.
dancer. No. Oh no, they don't let in.
dancer.
See on the talk sport this morning, they don't see when they get a tip and all that. McCoy was on this morning. No, they'll no share it with the nation.
Well,
they keep it.
huh?
No, they keep it themselves.
Miserable.
Them in Brazil.
Bump on it and they'll not get the price.
I know, but surely they bet it before Cheltenham now. Anti-post.
Ah, they know all the ins and outs.
Your dad must be a big better on Cheltenham, eh?
Oh, I mean, he batters it, but it's his birthday. 16th of March, is it March?
Aye.
16th of March is his birthday. So he usually goes down, or no goes down, or he has a big day. No, the day it is it not?
It's
Aye.
yesterday.
He goes down to
No, it's
Cheltenham.
the 16th.
Or he goes down, or
He just goes and sits in a pub.
sits in the pub at his spit, with a jockey suit on.
So it's your dad's birthday today?
They don't know what day it is.
Right, I don't know what day it is.
They're arguing
So
there.
it's-
This is it.
I usually give him
the
50.
plan?
I usually give him 50 quid in
Don't you
a.
like his present?
I usually give him £50 on a betting card, so he just goes to Cheltenham.
That is for the big ginger pubes in it. Get the
Why?
extra bread.
Even they get through the ginger pubes, mate.
No, I'd be
He's so much
watching
stronger,
them.
didn't you? But we're saying that, does he watch? He's got internet now, will he watch?
No, I felt like I'm not even speaking to him.
How have you felt it, fan?
Also.
Why?
Nah,
You
no.
feel like your dad?
Aye.
Oh, just family stuff.
Aye, he's no, at the moment I'm not going to bother
You
him.
brought him up.
No, I know, sorry about that. I really buffed it.
See, she gets older, I think you're more responsible for him.
100%.
That's
It's
what happens
mad
with
how, it's mad how,
That's what happens with my boys. They tend to look after me now. I'm at a certain age.
it's mad how the world works so. When you come out, you're away and you come out, no matter whatever, they look after you as a baby and it goes full circle.
Aye, it does.
You then look after them.
Yep.
It's mad how it invented
So I've got 4 wins.
I know. Because they
Aye.
will look
Best in
after
the
you.
future.
I know what you've got. I found out last week why you've got 4 wins.
She's a beauty, man.
No,
No,
because I know
no,
what he loves.
no, how? No, how I
Right.
get 4
Aye.
wins.
What did you
Why?
like?
No,
Why you
never-
put
no.
4 wins?
Right.
I had him doing as a once a week man, but for what I'm hearing last week,
He's a busy boy,
don't
isn't he?
believe everything you read.
He's a busy
Don't
boy.
believe
Did you ever
everything
go
you
to Cheltenham, Faddy, with the team?
Aye. Brilliant.
Everton boys?
Aye. Aye, Everton.
who was the
How
big
many would
gamblers?
I think they all liked her. A bit of a flutter, aye. But aye, it was good doing the Guinness. Never seen a race. Just
you know?
Guinness Village.
That would be me.
Didn't they move?
Does your
Brilliant.
celebrities not good in
And that
there?
was before you could get the online betting, so somebody had to
Aye.
run, put the bets on it.
Oh, at the wee bit.
I'm
Is
going
the
to
phone
promise
up,
you
but-
right now. Promise you right now, right? I'm going to make it now my goal that we'll open goal take down to Cheltenham next year.
Did you not say that a couple of months
No,
ago?
definite now. Though it's on record. We'll be there
Please.
next year.
That would be unbelievable.
4 days.
No, 4 days. 1 day.
No, 2
I'd go
days.
I'd go the last
Right
2
after
days.
Last 2 days.
The last 2 days.
Last 2
of Chelsea-
days.
the last 2
Lady, you
days.
want ladies' day and then you want the Gold Cup.
What do you want ladies do?
Paddy's Day tomorrow, innit?
So no, you get ladies' day out the way. We've just discussed that about ladies' day.
Aye.
You can-
They kind of throws it a wee
Casual as
bit.
well. You could go dressed like that.
Oh,
Well,
I could go anywhere
easy.
fucking dressed like this.
Easy.
Go on, ladies'
Don't
day.
worry about it.
She's
I'm
ladies.
surprised you get in here.
When the East
Getting
End.
mobbed.
Uh-huh.
I like them. Unseen.
Where are they be, guys?
Like him.
Unseen. David Cullen,
Very good.
behind the wheel. Brilliant
Behind the
trainers.
wheel.
Take them away. You give you a pair of those.
If he's want a pair, tell him on camera, you'll get them.
Size 7, 8. Well, I'm a size 8, but I like tighter feet.
7 to 10,
He
doesn't
tells
matter.
Size
Size
of
10.
Well, you say, oh, that, you're right.
Told you. By the way, see, do you know, I've talked about pet peeves. I want to talk about someone that I fucking love and I've never mentioned him. I always want. Do you know who the biggest hero in Glasgow is? The wee guy that stands outside the Apple shop saying that you can get cheaper repairs
Amazing.
somewhere else, mate.
Brilliant for him.
Mate, watch him, right? I sat and watched him for about 20 minutes yesterday for Starbucks. His facial expression never changes, mate. He just stands with the same pose full day, mate. What a
Aye.
hero.
Brilliant for him.
I'm looking for a job. Any jobs out there?
Storm with him.
What?
Storm with him.
I think I could. No, it's. I want to do something different. I want to be in the
You
book.
could do anything you want, mate. Honestly, you could. You lighten up everybody's world when you see them.
Oh, I'd like
If
something.
you could do anything, what would you do?
It need to be something kind of abroad, I think. Wouldn't it? Aye, cleaning pools or something, swimming pools, I could do that. Any swimming pools you want cleaned up?
What about a lifeguard?
Oh my, with the
You'd
trunks
be a
on.
great lifeguard, mate.
Where did that come
Aye, a lifeguard.
Just try.
Cleaning pools or something.
What, Peter's
Could you
Pizza?
fancy that?
Cleaning pools?
Early morning stuff. See me on holiday. You see the guys doing cleaning pools, don't you?
Aye.
Early morning. I'm doing sitting with them. Anyway, I'm just
Aye.
watching them. We could join in.
Uh-huh. So do you actually need a job to put there?
Oh, I get us a job, aye.
Are you not happy being
What about-
retired?
No, I'm getting a wee bit bored during the week.
What about doing one of the reps on holiday to get people into the bars and that? You'd be brilliant.
Oh, don't
You'd be
you-
brilliant.
You
at
would be
But-
good at it because you're tits the rest
I
of it.
nearly never made it. I nearly never made it back to Scotland when I was 18 because of one of the reps. I fell in love with this lassie, by the way. This is 5 years before I met my missus. She was stunning.
Thank God.
She was stunning, and she was a ginger.
Was you?
Aye, but she was.
You must have been.
Couldn't have been the sun. It must have been somewhere cold.
She was
no?
beautiful, and that's what she wanted me to do. It's like she during the day, even at night, she would like, obviously be outside the nightclub and all that, but sometimes during the day she was on the beach and all that, just selling the tickets and off.
Would she take it in?
Aye, it's a kind of no. Obviously being a ginger, no, but it was just a lovely. She was stunning. So she was.
Was she from Glasgow?
Aye, but there was a
Have
bit.
you were that
No, she wasn't from Glasgow. She was from England. But it was a wee bit of communication between me and my dad. Basically, my dad was going to battle me if I didn't get back home. So that's how I thought I would better get back home for pre-season.
I know, but it worked out well because Carol's a.
You always get a holiday romance, don't you? You always fall in love on
aye.
holiday and you're like, fucking hell, and you feel sick for days thinking about her. On holiday, you always do it no matter what. You always fall in love with a bird on holiday. Mental. No point in freezing up now because I know you're the exact same.
I don't think I have it.
Have you not?
Aye, come on, you must have.
Never. See, when I go out, mate, I go out to just get steaming. I didn't go out to for holiday romance.
No, but you don't even mean it. It's just when you're at the pool. I remember I went to Malia, it's a Scottish bird. On the plane, we fell in love on the plane.
On the plane?
And then didn't hang about with my mates, hung about with her the whole holiday.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You're one of them.
One of them ones.
I'm not
Not
because
at the end.
Not in the
you
end,
go
no.
away with your group and there's always one in it that goes right.
Nah, with the bird, all the time, brilliant.
Aye.
But here, Lorraine Kelly should be up there.
That's
That should be a legend. But before we go into football, great sponsor of the world, Grosvenor Sports, Simon.
When you
It's
get
double the odds
Chelsea
for new sign-ups with your first £10 bet. Sign up at gsport.com/open goal.
Talking about Slash.
Can it be the
Again,
best? No?
I know I'm on the
we're,
train
we're
station.
sitting here talking about Cheltenham. This is a betting company and we're not doing it at Cheltenham with
I know.
Grosvenor. That's
Next year.
Aye,
better
it's a
chance.
shambles actually when you think
Talking
about
about Slash. Pishing situation in Glasgow needs to change. Where are you meant to go for a pish?
Are you still?
I was in the West
raging,
End
still
yesterday,
raging?
right? Can't run because of my back, so I'm walking. I walked for.
What time was this at?
During the day, mate. Bursting for a pish. Where'd you go?
I need a
Coffee
small
shop.
star.
No. See, coffee shops now, mate. You need a code on your receipt.
We're going for a shandy or a soft drink. No?
You shouldn't
I know,
even
but why should you need to do that to pish?
I know.
Well,
Just
somebody
you're giving them a wee bit of your
somebody was
business.
walking down your street and chapped your door and went, mate, you've got a toilet, I'm using it.
And you
In
come,
your
mate.
house,
And you come, mate.
100 people a day.
No, but.
Right, 100
No, that's
people
what
a
I'm
day.
saying. So Glasgow City,
Right, so
Glasgow
you're not
City
the only
Council
guy in the
need to
town.
build a pish somewhere to get a pish.
or we'll start
A
pishing
toilet.
anywhere.
Or we'll start pishing.
A toilet.
A toilet,
Aye. Just to
Why
clear that
are
up.
you doing, mate? Where are you meant to go for a pish?
I'll just leave some buckets out somewhere. Innit? Aye. Just
I've
crack
seen a
on
guy
with it.
pishing a bin once, Duke Street.
Brilliant.
Driving by my motor guy.
That's the way it's going to
Pishing
end. That's the way it's going to end
So it's
up.
going to end up.
Right,
People
alright, you've got a
Right.
cafe shop and 200 people a day come in, only to use the toilet. You alright with that?
No, that's what I'm saying. Glasgow City Council
Right
need
then,
to
well,
fucking build.
what about the supporters up and down the country? You know, you see them, you pass them, the bus row off the bus at the side of the motorway and all that. There's nothing for them.
No.
But then if they go in somewhere, they need to pay. You know, obviously they go in if there's no service station. So there you go. There should be places like that. I know you were cracking up about the
I think there's
Scotch ale,
a
weren't you?
lot more problems at the minute.
No.
Than
Rather than
problem.
needing somewhere for
See-
you, specifically you, because you're the only person I hear moaning about it, going to the toilet.
I must do 6 pishes a day in Princess Square. See,
I don't know why
Square,
you're
You
just...
keep
I just
going.
keep the security guard was like, what
Your
the fuck's this
your
guy?
map.
You know,
will go
by
in,
the way.
and round
He's
back
done well
in.
there. He's done really well there to say he does 6 pishes a day in there because I know you do shites in there, I know. I know you do. Don't try and make it just pishes. I know it is that. Because you're saying to me, you've
Where else
messaged
you
me.
better go,
Oh,
mate?
no, you're spot on.
You're right, mate.
Kevin Kell, Saturday, he gets introduced at the Broomhall before your game. What was he, the chief media commander, officer of Broomhall and all that? When he got up to do a wee bit. Next up, they'll get wee Derek. And we'll get wee Derek up.
Wee Barry.
Get a big bulldog.
Wee Barry.
We'll get Barry's brother coming up. Get Barry's brother and all. Lewis Ferguson's up.
We'll get a wee
Lucy's
scud.
back.
He get a big bulldog and all that. The chief commander, fucking media communications officer, right? And they're like, hey, and I go, and we'll get wee Derek up. And all. I'm like, cheers.
I heard you were outstanding too.
No, but that was
What would
brilliant.
you want your title to be?
That open goal.
Main man? Just main man, innit?
No, it could be the open goal. Aye, like I share a few of yous guys. Aye.
Anything
But
you
it was a
want,
bit kind of, you know, you get the big build up and it's just, we'll get the wee fella on.
Here, he's new here then, breaking news. Lewis Ferguson call up for Scotland again.
Yes, he's back.
Hey, you got Lewis.
Aye,
Well deserved.
Aye. He loves.
Aye, he might play this time, by the way, no?
Aye, well, Faddy will obviously have something to say. Well, there's a few of the boys that aren't playing, you know, at the minute regular football, but he's kept loyal to them. But that's quite a good thing, I think, with Clark. I kind of quite like that. He's trying to, but there's a few surprises that I'm missing. Greg Taylor, you didn't even know that.
No.
So it said something about a couple
I was a bit surprised
I
at
don't know.
that.
I think, did I read he's playing, carrying a knock, he's playing
Is it
an
a
injury
wee-
now,
aye.
so.
But
His
no,
dad Phil sat on him, didn't he?
Lewis loves that. He loves coming back. He loves being involved in all that, so he does.
Put your neck on the line. Would you start Lewis Ferguson for Scotland? Yes or no?
Absolutely.
Ahead of who? Let's see how big his neck is.
No, I wouldn't. I would stay.
You know, ginger neck on the line.
I've actually not been gathered up with the full squad.
Oh, right, there you
It's,
go.
But I would
it's
see,
the best chance he's got.
Yeah.
See, the manager Clark, he done him a right good favour earlier on in the season because when for whatever reason
Aye.
he wasn't in the squad and then he left him out of the Scotland squad because Motta could just get brought in as new manager and he said to him, he says, I think that'll be beneficial for you to just stay there, train away. By the way, he called
Masterstroke.
he called it absolutely spot on.
And
You
we're
know?
hearing John Carver saving his farts up for Lewis going back in the room.
can't wait.
He's not going to fart until he gets in the room with Lewis. So they're sharing again. Carver and Lewis are back together.
Probably.
Delighted for John.
Aye.
Mate,
Right, so
imagine
wait,
your son.
who you starting ahead of? I'm sorry, who you starting ahead? Who's he starting ahead of? So you got McGregor, McTominay, McGinn.
He's got loads of.
Who you taking out?
I think you go McGregor, McGinn and Ferguson. I like that because I think McGregor sits, play for easy link for the defence here. Ferguson on the right, McGinn on the left, bombing on
You've
the
got McTominay in there. You've got Gilmer.
Oh,
Get
oh,
McTominay. I'm
leave
saying
him.
that there's a
Leave
lot
him.
there's a lot of
McTominay.
quality there. Stick him at centre.
Fuck off out of midfield. Fuck off out of there.
Aye, but this is the best chance he's got to play. So he's going to be confident because of the form that he's shown. He's doing it in one of the top leagues in Europe. He'll be going there confident. I know that you can't say too much, but he'll be going there feeling like probably for the first time, I would say, or one of the first times where he's like, aye, I should.
I'm ready now.
know that he's felt what he shouldn't be, and you've always got a point to prove, but I think he'll be like, aye.
Because the
I'm
level
here,
he's
I'm
playing
here to
at.
show, actually. I'm here to show. I'm here to play. I'm here to start games. Whether it does or no, I don't know, because it is always tough, but I think he'll be going in with his best frame of mind going into a camp.
And I know
Has he
we talked
started
to
it,
him.
Derek? Sorry, no.
No, and I know with that group gets on well with each other. I think that's why he wants to keep them. Yeah, which is important, you know that yourself, isn't it?
It is. He's trying to, I mean, people, you always get it. Oh, what about this one? What about that one? Should I tried him? But he's trying, you don't have the players all the time. So you're trying to build a squad. The squad's already there. There'll be players that don't play. There'll be players that maybe had an injury and coming back. But you need to keep them as part of the squad. You can't keep making 10, 11, 12 changes every single squad because you get no continuity.
Yeah. Hate Ferguson. Up
Do
on
you
the
know-
wall.
It's just, I keep thinking about it, how proud you must be. Man, your son was playing with Scotland. Like, your dad, mate, must be so proud of you, eh?
Your mum's, she framed your Amsterdam shirt, didn't she?
She must be really proud of me, eh? Still wear.
Still well.
Do you know what I mean?
Is
Though, mate?
that what you're proudest
It must be
moment, the Scotland
incredible,
start?
mate. Your kid.
No, just the way he is. That's my part. Just the way he conducts
Great
himself.
answer.
It is.
He's not interested.
I know.
No, I don't like that.
But it is.
You want your son to be
Aye,
something.
but
And then he's not
when
got
it-
he's not
when
got a
it's
great
no-
personality. I wouldn't go with
the
that.
biggest
I'd go
compliment.
there on his achievements. Personality's just alright.
Sorry, I was going to say, because the biggest compliment he's got is knowing, talking to his agent, that the guys, the people at Bologna, speak, not as a player,
Aye.
they speak him as a person. So that's all down to his mammy.
We're not interested.
No, but it is, I know. That's how I
No,
see
I'm
it.
kidding though.
Because he's
He is a great boy.
far too mature for my own liking, you know. Total kind of opposite of me, to be honest with you, but she's good.
Have you ever
Very
told him have you
I've
ever
got-
actually said the words, I'm really proud of you, son?
Aye.
When was it?
No, I've put it in text.
Oh, fucking hell, man.
I find it hard to cuddle my
Text
boys.
me.
No, mate, my
See,
dad was the same.
see-
Couldn't say it to you.
I
It
know.
was so awkward for him.
I need to get over that, because that's wrong, by
Give
the
him
way.
a big hug, mate, and tell him how well he's done.
I roll about
Paid
with
your
him. I
mortgage
roll
off.
I know.
Do you know, mate? See
I know.
his
I
son,
need to do that. But sometimes I give him sometimes
I know,
half a
but
cuddle.
He'll
It's a half a
know.
cuddle.
He'll know.
It's
He'll know.
Did your dad ever tell you how proud he was? of you?
Aye, all the time. My dad tells me all
was
the
it
time.
after a big, you done something amazing?
No, as long as I can remember, playing boys' club football every week, sit, half cut. You're this, you're fucking telling you, you're going to do something in the game. Don't know what, but you're going to make a living out of the game every week.
That's why you're the
Every
player you were. Telling you now,
Every
mate.
week. And
I never had that.
when I played games, he would always be there. I'd get, or like, parents for the side shouting to boys in the opposition team, hey, do him. My dad. He does him. I'm doing you. That's brilliant. That was brilliant. So I just knew my
How
dad
did your dad respond back to that?
Screaming.
Because now you used to get them on the pitch. They used to stand actually on the pitch and then they'd all go back and you'd run up the wing. So I always had that. But I think if you know like that, the way that you behave, your boys will know. Your boys know. Your kids know.
It's something that's learned. My dad gave me nothing. But I knew when he was proud and happy with me because there was nothing says. There was silence. That was a bit with Barry as well. But I made sure with Barry, I told him that he'd done well. Just to make, because it's something good to be. But you do, sometimes you do need you do need a pat in the back. So it's something that you need to do better.
Well, the only thing I think is about order, you've told us off camera that you're not proud of your other boys. I think that's a bit.
Because they're nice boys,
Do you know what I know?
You're talking about how they are people. It's not about cheapy.
He still lives with one of them. You're giving him a tough time.
The pole dance. He just wants to wrestle all the time and fight. UFC's on and all that. Honestly, Carol goes off for nut.
What, he's fighting Carol?
She's chatting.
It's nuts. Honestly, but it's like, see when it goes on there like 10, 15 minutes, I'm fucking knackered, man.
You wrestle with your boy for 15 minutes?
10, 50, all the time.
That's a dude.
He's a big
He's nearly round 80.
The one that's 30.
27.
Have you got your clothes on or not?
Aye. So he comes in for work. And he's ready.
Have you got jeans in that on wrestling?
I'm ready for him. See, before he comes in at 45, I'm doing a warm-up and all that. I'm stretching half in the background. I'll let the background through the back. And then he comes in, he's always going like that. Come on.
And now,
And then I'm like, come on.
it's time!
So we were, aye.
Does the Clays end up ever after? Like by the end of it, no?
But it was, honestly,
If he's got the heat guards in that, he's actually
no,
sparring
he just
that,
comes in
just in for a wrestle.
Aye, so I know he's coming in, so I'm up and I'm moving about, so I'm kind of,
Does it ever heated?
warming up a wee bit.
Does it ever get, you can start this could be a real fight.
See that, guys?
Aye,
obviously it's like,
you know,
no-
there's always that edge in it.
Grabs your balls of that.
You're happy. You're happy to talk about it, but then he doesn't tell everybody.
No, you tell him.
He doesn't go, I wrestle my dad every day.
Where does it take place? Is it always a living room?
Aye.
Do you move a coffee table first or just
Aye,
work
running
your way
about
in
there, aye. So it could be a wee accident when it happened, I smashed through the
Would you ever
telly or
take it up to
something.
the bedroom and do it?
Best bit's,
I wrestle my wins.
he's a big strong
Imagine
boy.
wrestling your boy in his bed, or his bedroom.
It's a big
Has he got a single bed?
Just go for the knee. Go for the knee. What knee is it? Just bend that leg back.
I know. He would have me, wouldn't he? Aye. He'd tap me right away.
I don't know what to talk about fitness.
I know.
No, I was going to say about that.
I've got a sweat on thinking about that fight. I'm like,
My dad phoned me when I was in Austria with Motherwell, I was 16, and he obviously phoned me to tell me how he was proud of me. He sat on the phone for 5 minutes. No, but he couldn't get the words out. Just sat there, and I'm like, what the fuck he did? And right at the end of the call, went, proud of you, son, hung up. Do you know what I mean?
Nice,
But that's shite, that, innit?
No, it's not.
no, he told you.
Let me
He's
say
told you.
Aye,
There
but
you go.
you're aware of how hard that was for him to say it.
Aye.
No, that's brilliant for your dad.
I know. I mean, do you know, as a boy, I think more than a manager saying it, your teammates saying it, anybody saying it when it comes to your dad, I think it's the best feeling in the world.
I
So
think
next time you see him, cuddle him and tell him you're fucking proud of him.
I know.
But the thing is as well, he's always looking at him as well, thinking, right, how can he be better? And sometimes people look at it and go, oh,
Personality.
you're too hard on him. And it's not that you're being hard, it's just,
Oh, getting in trouble for that.
can you get better? That's amazing. And I think you're brilliant, but you could do this and be even better. And I don't think that's a negative.
I get into trouble. But the Lazio game, he had a good first half. Second half, it wasn't a great game the second half, but then he gave a ball away, just like knocked it. I was like, I can't let it go.
Aye.
And even when he FaceTimed me,
That's brilliant.
I couldn't help it. She was saying, don't say it to him, just leave it, it's gone. That was...
So what did you say? You gave that ball away?
Aye, I says, what were you doing? I says, me Medell was never going to get up beside you. I says, you stop it. I says, you bounce it off a player, get it, come off at the angle and take it away again. And he's like, and he went like that to me, Dad, let it go. I'm
That's
like,
amazing.
But see, that's why he's a top player,
I know.
because you're still staying on even he for
Can't let it-
mistakes done.
I can't get
move
it
on
out
to
of
the next
heat.
thing.
You know,
Aye,
so,
but that's not a bad thing
No,
for me,
of course it
because you're
isn't.
going to say,
aye,
it's not just right, what about that pass? You would have said,
I've given
done
that-
really well, played well the first half.
That one you could have done
what were you
that.
thinking there? So even it's, no, that was rubbish. It's, what were you thinking? There's
Because
a
was he
solution.
support up the
Bounce
side?
it. He's never going to get there. Bounce it, come again, play forward. That's
But it's
helping
gone
him.
for the get. See when I used to play with Peterhead, mate, if I gave one ball away, I would be thinking about it on Monday, mate.
Aye,
Still
aye,
be,
aye.
that goes on a day
Yeah.
pass.
Yeah.
But I don't think it happens anymore, mate.
No, it doesn't.
it
No.
doesn't leave you.
But his attitude's right. You need to go right, you know.
Aye.
I know, but forget about it.
Right, last time before we talk about football, BBC are getting 3 months paternity pay.
You need to
Incredible.
get in there.
Incredible, innit? What I wanted to ask you, do you ever give birth maybe night before or day you were playing?
Great question.
I've never given
Talking
birth,
about
mate,
kids.
ever.
So remember the Roy Keane interview? See the
Remember,
best they hit
was he
Robbie
breasting
Keane,
it?
wasn't it?
Brilliant, man.
Amazing for Roy Keane. But is that the case? Should you be there for your win on the first night?
I wouldn't miss. I was.
Yeah, but when you missed the birth?
No.
Right.
No.
Well,
We
I'm
play
You said you
fucking-
thought Gillian milked it at me, but
However, no, she did not. She was at the hospital that day. She was brilliant.
Warrior.
No, my daughter Emily, she was the night before a game, leading up to it, she could have went at any point. So I had plan in place. If she goes into labour, then I'm there. It doesn't matter. I'm there. And it was about midnight. I was into labour. Get to the hospital. The boys are obviously there down in Portsmouth. We've got a game. So I went to the hospital, had the weigh-in, made sure they were into the ward and everything was fine. Went home, had a sleep, went back up. Make sure they're all right again. And then went and sat on the bench that night and come on.
good man.
I wouldn't miss it. I missed a pre-season tour for my third as well.
and was the manager alright, mate?
Aye. I wasn't gone. It was China, and it was. I think it would have been. So it would have been July time.
Who was the manager?
Alec McLeish. We were in China for 2 weeks, and my third, my boy Toby, was due middle of July, and I says, look, I can't go. I can't go. I can't.
And he was alright?
I stayed and trained with Malky Thompson was a coach. Trained with Malky. And
guy,
the young
Malky.
boys, and done my pre-season. But no,
Wow.
and I understand people, and I know the stories. Well, you know, you've got a job, but you train thousands of times in your career. You play hundreds of games. You might only have one child, but I've got 4. But I wouldn't miss any of them.
Brilliant, yeah.
Well, my first start shot away for training. I remember it was Lauren, my firstborn. Well, obviously I lost Lauren, but
Yeah.
I remember I was doing the hard shoulder for Edinburgh, at Glasgow. It was Bill Saul maternity, and ended up I couldn't get in for the birth. They wouldn't let me in. But then when things happened and all that, and she wasn't well, I stayed in the Bill Saul maternity. I'm one of the only men who've stayed in Bill Saul
How
maternity.
long did you stay for that?
Overnight. She was there for 2 or 3 nights before she was transferred to York Hill. So I stayed in there, but I totally get what he's saying. It's not until they're there that it's so important. So if it means you miss a game or miss training, so be it, because you play hundreds of games, you train thousands of times, but you don't always have your firstborn. So I went on. So the other three were sections. So it was all it was easier for me. 'Cause it was all planned and all that. So
I nearly missed the first
well, that's
because it was 6 weeks early. It was on my brother's stag do on the flight back. Got a phone
Rough as
call.
fuck.
Phone call as soon as I landed. Don't panic. But you need to go to hospital. Children's
Don't
been-
panic.
Our waters have broke. And I'm like,
Don't
it's
panic.
too early. No,
I know,
see, my ma
seriously.
said that to me, I didn't.
Did you know?
No,
Oh,
I
that's
don't.
that.
I was just, right, fine. Came, grabbed my bag, straight up to the
Rough though,
hospital.
huh?
Well, I was just after the back of a stag do. And I made that. And then my fourth Lily May was, I had a day off. I was travelling up and down to Everton. And I had a day off. And she went into labour.
Brilliant. Yeah.
What about you,
You're the
Hakim?
best guy in the world.
What about you?
He's the best guy, isn't he?
Nah. Nation sweetheart, mate.
See, I feel proud of you.
Oh, come
Oh,
on.
wait, you'll tell him, but you'll not tell Lewis. He's done fuck all. Be proud of him, boy.
Because I just don't know, something I just love about him.
He's going to go here.
You alright?
He's a great lad.
Take us into the football, mate. It's a
Go
good time.
Right. I'll just make a Scottish Cup soon. Right, lads, in all seriousness, I wasn't happy with the Scottish Cup, the semi-final draw. I wasn't happy with it. As in, I mean, I'm thinking at the final, it's the showcase game of the season. You're trying to get as many people watching it, which people do watch it in the world. Celtic and Rangers is one of the biggest games in the world.
But it was fitting with Colin Hendry's performance that he pulled that draw.
I thought mine was bad in the draw. I thought my squad was bad in the draw.
He was even gutted, wasn't he? He was gutted.
I thought you
He was apologising, wasn't he?
I'm sorry.
I thought you knew the difference between Falkirk and Inverness.
As well, what?
I think you knew the difference between Falkirk and Inverness. He didn't have a fucking clue who the two of them were. But no, it was, I mean, maybe that's a wee bit disrespectful to the two teams, Falkirk and Inverness, me saying that, but I don't know, I just think honestly, I look, see, for example, as a Celtic Falkirk, my God, that could be it. Anything.
Would you just go along with that?
Who's that?
Were you disappointed as well?
But I know what we'll probably talk about. It's brilliant for Falkirk.
I know, amazing,
I get that because they must be absolutely buzzing knowing that they've got a chance. But for me, last game of the season, I wanted a Rangers Celtic. Just everything that goes with it, the build up, last game, it just had been unbelievable. Into June as well. You know, you're just thinking the weather and all it's going, everything, you know, and so it is what it is. But just then, the other side is, I just think about Billy, you know, up there. I mean, even Kilmarnock, you know, getting through that. I didn't think you called it right, by the way.
You
but
did.
bang on.
Well, Vanessa might have better as well, I thought.
But what an opportunity for the guys, innit?
For
And even
the
for the
deserve.
clubs.
That
So you
for
think
me.
the clubs financially, but what did I want? I'm a bit like you. I wanted that. I wanted the showpiece. I did.
I didn't.
know. See,
I
I did.
You didn't have had enough?
No.
Why you like to see one of these guys get a chance?
Well, aye. So you see them playing all the time. More often than not, it's been Celtic of late. They're winning everything. It's either Celtic or Rangers. I know that with St Johnstone winning 2 cups. I just think it's great. Falkirk or Inverness in a final. These players at the start of the season, what would their aim have been? Falkirk to get promoted out of League One, Inverness to be up and around the playoffs. Now they're in a semi-final, and now one of them's going to go and play in a final.
Is it a slight
I
on
think
your
it's
game?
brilliant.
A wee bit in terms of the standard of the top league. You didn't really see it in any other top leagues. France,
That's cup
Germany,
competition.
England.
That's what can happen.
But
That's the
what
beauty of the cup.
was-
aye.
What League 1 teams in
Wigan,
finals?
Wigan won the...
What was that, 10 years ago or
Aye,
something?
But we didn't own the
they've still
Premier League
done
at the
it.
time.
They were in the Premier League,
Bradford got a semis, was it?
A League Cup final, I think, but
Final.
again, 10 years ago, I'm talking
Watford. It doesn't matter, but it does happen.
But
It's
Falkirk's
not a
not played
slight...
a lot of... Has Falkirk played any top teams? Have they played any of the league teams?
Well, I think if you look at the
I don't
games,
think
right?
so.
So
I don't
Inverness,
know.
Kilmarnock.
Inverness
Everyone's
were
agreed
better.
Inverness deserve to win.
Yes.
So you would say there's no that much difference between the teams. Falkirk v Falkirk deserve to win. That's it. That's it. One Premiership to Championship, Championship to League One. So you would say that, of course, it's a slight Celtic. We spoke about this last week. How far ahead the Rangers? How far ahead are the Hearts and the rest? But the rest of the game in Scotland is getting better. You'll see it with all the league.
Would you say Aberdeen to League Ones, there's no massive difference?
The bottom 6 for me of the Premiership and the top 6 of the Championship,
Aye.
I don't think there's much in it
And
at
that-
all.
But you could even throw Dunfermline in that in there as well, because they beat
course.
Thistle, didn't
Aye.
they?
Full-time
Yeah,
teams
yeah.
as well in Falkirk.
Falkirk, you're
Who
laughing
did
at.
Falkirk...
Is that a good thing then, or is that a bad thing?
Good thing, well...
It's a good thing, but you asked us a question, what did I want? For me, the final game of the season and everything that goes with the build. I love the build up. It's like when you watch the box and all, and we talk about the UFC, I love the build up. And then I just, that's what I wanted. But the other side of it is these guys, this is going to be an unbelievable
Well,
experience.
aye.
And financially, they'll get, because they don't earn
No.
a lot of money, these guys.
Yeah.
You know, the clubs are it. So they'll get a chance to earn, a good bonus and memories and all.
But look at the build-up was going to be for Falkirk and Inverness.
I know,
And
aye,
these play Inverness will be empty. They'll bring as many fans as they can. Falkirk will be the same if they get there. So their build-up's totally different. And I
Could there
get
be a
that.
case that the stadium's not full for the final? So,
No.
no, they'll be full. regardless of who's there.
well,
so if Inverness
Well,
play,
Celtic Rangers or Rangers are going to be in the final. So if Inverness take 10,000,
they'll get
take the rest.
Right.
I mean, I was saying the other day, but it's weird if Falkirk could get there to the final, having no played one NSPL team. I mean, I know they.
I know, but England got to the World Cup final, doing the same.
I suppose, but Darvel and who did they play before Darvel? Was it? Have they played like a ISPL team yet?
No, I don't think so.
God, I'm not.
That's strange though, isn't it? You think a Scottish Cup you would face somebody there?
Well,
But they can only play.
They could have been facing Aberdeen, but they lost to
They
Darvel.
lost to
Yeah,
Darvel,
yeah, yeah.
aye, of course. aye.
That's a draw, isn't it? The luck of the draw, they call it. And listen, that was a tough game for them on Monday night against there. It
was a good game,
They
aye.
were fighting for the title in the championship,
Aye.
but they
I
deserve
thought
to win
Falkirk
again.
deserved to win as well.
Good football side. Do you
Definitely.
know there's a good football side?
Definitely.
But here I know they must be kicking themselves well. So with Kamala, two Ayrshire teams, they never turned up. Well, Kamala never turned up. That's a big
Fair
worry.
didn't either. 20 minutes in,
I missed the first-
Akinyemi
I
had
missed
the chance
the-
I missed
where
the
he could
first
put
half.
it in, and then obviously they missed the penalty. But I would say that I don't think they can begrudge Falkirk winning the game because they knocked the ball about, they created good chances. It was a good game.
And the
It
two
was a good
boys
game.
after it getting interviewed were brilliant. weren't
Aye.
Aye, they
You
two
see,
were good,
they
weren't they?
were
Morrison
absolutely
and
buzzing,
Kaikende,
weren't
good
they?
boys.
Aye, they were
That's what I
absolutely-
liked. What I liked about the semi-finals was, for me, the two footballing sides won the game. The teams that wanted to get the ball down and play won.
Aye, Inverness they did play really good actually, didn't they, as well? Football wasn't just humping a ball up the park, and
No.
it was really good. But see the boy, I hate myself for this because I do know the boy, but his name's, I mean, he's a bit blank. The right winger for Falkirk was excellent.
Morrison.
He was brilliant.
Very good player.
Wasn't he? So
I
direct
remember
he
him as a
was.
kid
I
at Stirling
love that.
Albion on loan to
Brilliant.
Hearts. Really good.
Aye, good player. I
They
thought
get straight right
Well,
in
Rangers-
there.
defensively, they got to grips it eventually with Akinyemi as well.
He is a handful, Fad, isn't
Aye,
it? First
yes.
time I've really seen him, he is a proper handful.
I've saw him a number of times. I like him.
Just likes to shoot
That's how
all
I
the time,
surprised nobody took a wee opportunity.
tried to.
On him. Aye, you were saying that. Aye, they
250 grand,
they
they
knocked it
knocked
back. Aye.
For who, sorry?
I think it was a League One team in England.
It's just because when you
250
saw
grand.
County going out and bringing in a couple of strikers and you think at the bottom end, when you need something a wee bit different, you know, even like a Kelly.
Did United?
Couldn't afford
Aye.
them though.
Aye.
It's different if you're going right.
But then
he's got a
that's-
contract, take him now. But if you're knocking back,
But you
turn
look-
on 50 grand.
But you
there's no
look at
team
it,
in-
aye.
Scotland.
You look at
well,
a Kelly
bottom
side.
six, it's going to be able to pay it.
Kelly side are up against it, by the way, now. I mean, that's a real worry for McInnes in a game like that. You know, as big a game and they players never turned up. You know, so there's another side of the game. Sometimes you've got to go and away from home and it's a Friday night and it's cold up there, but come on, you got to produce a wee bit more
Yeah.
for your manager and what they produced. I think that's a real worry for him. So as
How do you see the Falkirk and Inverness game going?
think
What, in terms of result, or
Aye.
Inverness,
I
I
think
think
it's a tough one.
I think it's an even
but I
game,
just
isn't
think-
it?
It is, aye.
It is, but I think Inverness have just got a wee bit too much. He's got a fully fit squad now. Remember I think we spoke about it last week or the week before. Billy's got all his players back, main players, so he's got a strong squad.
I think
so he
Falkirk
has. And I didn't know was it the wee boy Hendrick? I didn't realise that he'd got him. Henderson, sorry, for St Mirren.
Yeah.
Good
Yeah,
wee
yeah.
player by the way as well. So
I like Henderson for Falkirk as well, who was at
Aye.
Arbroath last year. Very good, mate. 6'2", can play, can run.
Aye.
He was
McGinn
a Berwick
and all.
before
McGinn
you-
was
McGinn
brilliant.
was good, wasn't he? Just an old
Brilliant.
head.
Just
Made
they'd
good
won.
decisions.
They'd won in the was it first? It was first half. It was a throw in, and the boy, what's his name? Rowe threw it up the line, but tried to throw it in behind. Steve McGinn went mental. Is that what you did? We've worked on passing the ball. Throw the ball to feet. Stop throwing it in behind. And I think just at times he'd take that extra touch.
Calm
I
it
thought he'd
down.
done really well. Aye.
Somebody told me that Celtic Rangers have been in a Scottish Cup finals in 2002. That's how long ago it's been. In the Scottish Cup final this year.
Who is that the monitoring board?
Aye, they
Who's
told
on
me
it
that.
today?
Pat Nevin.
Is it wee Pat?
Pat's came along today. He loves the Scottish Cup. But he's he'll get clean.
See, that's correct. That's how I'm craving. That's how I was craving a bit of that.
But see on that, but with that game, Celtic Rangers, I think though, I mean, as much as you don't want to lose the cup final last month, but he would have learned so much from that, Bill, now going into this semi-final deal.
Well, he's got an opportunity in a couple of weeks, isn't he? 8th of April, they play,
Aye.
at Parkhead. So,
Yeah.
aye, he picked the ranked team against Celtic.
And
Yeah,
wrong
last-
tactics, am I right in saying?
Yes, aye. So he did. So, aye, of course he's learning. He'll need to learn from that.
So what happens if
So-
he goes into the 1 and 8, changes the team, plays Raskin, Jack, can't,
And he will play then.
and changes the tactics and loses?
Well, that's what's he goes again, doesn't he? And it's about getting up to levels. It's a level of performance. They've shown that they can do that in fits and starts. But against a Celtic side, you know you've got to do it for the 90 minutes. So that's a challenge, not just for the manager, for the players as well. They know that they're capable. They're capable of producing, but over the course of 90 minutes, they've done it. They gave us a wee glimmer. Well, not a glimmer, more than a glimmer against Hibs. They showed that they're capable. But against a Celtic side, they still will need to go up a notch.
I know, it'll be different because it's Celtic Park as well, isn't it, the game?
Aye. So it's a gauge for them.
Yeah.
You know, and then you've got, you've got another, 3 weeks before you go again. So it's about, but again, during this time, they've got to get the fitness into them as well. Raskin still needs to get up to speed. I mean, he's shown as he can, for an hour, then he just fades away. Another 3 weeks, he'll be fitter. He'll be match fitness as well.
See, would you ever think about this? Because the league's done it. Would you ever play differently at Celtic Park and maybe surprise them going into the semi-final?
No, because I'd put my strongest side,
you want to get your
my
confidence
tactics,
up going into that
and I
game,
want to try and win that game. You know, listen,
So you're saying then if you change it,
I'm not saying he should.
but I'm just saying, try to think if you change it and you lose heavily, nobody cares whether you're bluffing.
Yeah.
Nobody
you didn't get that opportunity.
You can't. There's no free hit in this fixture. It doesn't matter.
You're bringing more pressure on yourself, aren't you?
So I think it's a chance to go and.
Pat Nevins just called me a fucking idiot. Then.
I heard it. No, I heard it.
I've never heard Pat being wrong ever. So aye. So I think it's one where you need to go and you need to play your best team, because I know we're saying, the league's done, we'll no catch them. But if you're in the Rangers dressing room, you need to believe you can. They will have it and go, well, you never know, if they lose that game, they still need to play them a couple of times. You need to still believe as a player that you can turn it round.
Right, who's going to be in the final in June?
I think I've got a feeling, just my head telling me, with Celtic and Falkirk. I think that'll be the Scottish Cup final this year. Celtic and Falkirk.
Good.
Derek?
I would like it to be Rangers and Inverness, to be honest with you. But I'm not so sure. But as I say, it's...
So it's Celtic and Falkirk, I bet you still want to say it on it. Come on,
it's 2 games, it's tough. They are tough to call. They are tough.
Still got a wee bit to go, so I'm not going to call it just now. I'm just going to wait a wee bit.
Right.
So
I don't think I've ever seen you sit in the fence.
I'm sitting on the fence.
You look at last year. I mean, Celtic were running away with the league and Rangers in the semi-final, so it can happen. Of course it can.
Aye. So it's just, as I say, a couple of weeks, we go to Celtic Park, and that'll give us merry a gauge, and then you've got that other 3 weeks to build up to the semi. And it's everything.
It's all right. It changes away. It changes away.
I played directly Celtic.
Espresso here.
Did you not go espresso? That's what it does to you, because you think, innit?
Stop worrying about it. It's only a game of football.
I beat directly.
You're right. You know what I mean? So, but it does, because you start thinking, one, gives a better performance, like better fitness in you, get closer to them, and then you've got that 3 weeks, and I'd be preparing for that.
So would you be more confident going into a final against Celtic or the semi?
Because that was giving you another
extra 6 weeks.
Just all that goes with it, you know. So,
Paddy, what do you see?
I think it's, in these games you never know with Celtic Rangers, but I think that Celtic, having lost that one last year, no managing to do the treble, I think Celtic will win that one. And it's a tough one.
Did I get a bit serious there? Did you see that?
It was
like that for you, though.
Good for you. You could tell your stomach was turning because there was fear. Fear you had.
I tell you, when you see the game at Hampden, are they going to play on the Saturday or the Sunday? Sure, let's go out with the Saturday. No mistake, that part can't take 2 games in 2 days.
You'd be wanting on the Sunday.
You'd want on the Sunday,
No, one on the Saturday.
Right.
Aye.
I think it'll be the Sunday.
And it will be, but they're going to be happy with that.
They're making Falkirk and Inverness.
It's not about. It's not about Celtic and Rangers. Falkirk and Inverness will play some good football.
They're making trainers in the first semi-final.
I think they've fixed it.
Sambas. 22 pairs of Adidas Sambas for the Inverness and
flip-flops.
What was it? I was going to ask you something there as well.
Whoever we get through, I'll go for Inverness.
I had a thing.
Did you have a good one?
Pat Nevin screaming Stuart Kettlewell Mayor.
Aye, he actually took it on to him.
man.
He wants
After
us
the
to move,
interview.
by the way. Again, we've made him a genius, innit?
Aye, he'd be brilliant.
On the interview, do you watch it?
No.
I've not watched it, but
That's nice,
he's
isn't it?
good
It's
lad,
good.
isn't
Too
he?
busy fucking wrestling with your boys.
He's wrestling. I've done the games every night, mate. I need
That's it.
to
No, it's
unwind.
just support. I would expect him to be.
If it was Rory Loy, I could see a different angle.
But it was
him
Rory
doing it.
Loy interviewing
Aye.
Stuart Kettlewell. You
I
don't
see
see
a different angle.
Sunderland.
Hold on a minute.
He did-
Hold on.
Or Jim Delahan.
Hey, I want you up. Where is that place? October. He's been up there with Kenny.
Fuming. Actually, in a bar, and he's not
He
on it.
missed it.
He's that
No, this is not
Text me
brand
saying,
new.
where the fuck are
By
you?
the way, smell this.
What have they got on tap?
Well,
Oh, they're
then-
getting a roast beef wrap here.
Aye, it's just
The brunch in here is incredible.
What
mate. I
are we
love it.
getting?
Roast beef wrap.
Hey. You like that, didn't
What are
you?
we getting to eat?
Right, Stu Kettlewell.
Brilliant.
Biggest test of his managerial
I
career.
always remember growing up.
The biggest test is managerial career.
Motherwell managerial
Faddy,
career.
I'm going to come straight to you because me and you know this. Growing up and coming through, Fir Park was always one of the.
We came through the bigger clubs, so we didn't know about this, Derek.
But then as our careers went on, we then played with the bigger clubs and we just fell down the way. Faddy, as Fir Park was always one of the games for Celtic Rangers when they came, it was always a nightmare for them.
I think Motherwell get about 5,000 fans a week. Portsmouth, we had 18,000 every week. But on you go.
There you
League
go.
One.
League One.
Was it League Two? They usually get the wee guy with the bell, I know.
Bell,
You know what I mean, Faddy, but Fir
Bell off
Park
the
was...
pitch and a bell on the pitch.
But Fir Park was always one of them. I mean, I always remember it was always a horrible fixture for Celtic Rangers to go and play. Is that still... two questions here. Is that still...
The case.
Aye, what was that?
Still the case. Is that still the
case? Brilliant. And can Kettlewell reinforce that?
Oh,
There you go. Third fault.
Well,
Dictionary.
it used to be because the pitch was rubbish and the dressing room, the away dressing room. No, I know, but the away dressing room was still the same. It's and the heat and the on full blast, and it would be uncomfortable before you started. The pitch now is magnificent. Pretty sure Motherwell haven't beat Rangers in the league since 2002.
A lot of 2002.
All for 2002.
So
And that away dressing room as well, they used to leave Morris Malpass knickers on the radiator as well. That was quite intimidating.
no door on the toilet either. Used to annoy a lot of people.
brutal,
It used to annoy a lot of people.
Brutal,
So I think that it's about time Motherwell get a win. I know that they won the playoff games home and away when it was the promotion relegation playoff, but it's about time they get a win against Rangers in the league, and no better place to start than at the weekend.
Can you see it happening, Derek?
It's about time they
Because
get a win, but I don't think
outside the
it'll
Celtic
happen.
Rangers have beat everyone that they've came up against. Why is that? Better players, better style.
Better players, innit? At the end of the day, I mean, you talk tactics and everything, but the players that Rangers and Celtic have are superior to the rest. That's it. In a nutshell, you know, but they'll be different. It'll be a different side, Motherwell. They'll not open up. I don't think so.
But they
against
play
Rangers.
with two up, don't they? It'll be
Aye.
Ken Van Veen. They'll not go away for that, will they?
No.
Because it's
I
Rangers.
wouldn't think so because, you know, he's got good results for that, but they'll no be as open. I mean, Stuart would have watched that Hibs game, you know, and knowing that you can't go at Rangers, you know, right for the off, or they'll just pick you off. So he'll have a strategy, you know, he'll sit in a wee bit, he'll try and hit them on the break. But I think he will go with the two up top as well because it has worked for him,
Yeah.
you know. And
So do you see in terms of changing them? Would you take like a Spittle out to put a Cornelius type in, or do you keep the same personnel but you just play in a different
same
way?
person, just but
They've not
maybe
been
knows.
They've been open, they've been direct.
See, I've not watched them enough.
They've been
you know,
direct.
under
They've get the ball forward to the two boys up front, Van Veen and Obika, and they've had a good bit of energy in midfield. Spittle's been brilliant.
Yeah, great.
He's
Good
been
against
brilliant,
Ross
so
County,
he doesn't come out for me. Maybe Cornelius for Slattery could be the shout, but they've been physical, they've been direct, and I think they'll go the same way, and I think they'll cause Rangers problems. I really do. I think it'll be back to your question. I think they'll make it tough because of how physical it'll be. They'll be solid defensively. They'll be aware that Rangers they've get back to putting crosses into the box. They've get back to, you know, putting you under pressure that way. Defensively, they've been good, so I think they'll be ready for that. But then it goes back to what Derek's saying. comes down to players. The players that Rangers have got that have been playing well, Cantwell, Sakala, Kent, Big Cholak up front's come in and looked really good with his link-up play. You've got Raskin in there as well, so it is a wee bit different. But I think that Motherwell will try and make it physical, and I think they'll cause Rangers problems.
Do you remember?
So what they do is without the ball, Motherwell will go to be really good without the ball. So they have, and if they can cause a few problems, it's down the side in between. Down the side of the centre backs and the full backs when the full backs are going up. And that's where they might get a wee bit of joy. But without the ball, they're going to have to put a shift in, by the way. And it's like any game when you go up against a Rangers or Celtic. When you get your opportunities, you go to take them. And it's the usual.
So see, when you were a young boy, you're saying that about that team that maybe you were a young player in the first team. Would you expect when Celtic and Rangers came to Fir Park that Motherwell would give them a proper game?
Aye, because I remember the one where Celtic lost the league, where I was in the Motherwell crowd with Melissa. Remember the one Scott McDonald scored right then?
And your sister?
Me and my sister, we were in the Motherwell.
Hanging about with your sister?
I took it the game because Celtic were going to win that league that day, so we got tickets from Motherwell when we were sitting in the Motherwell end. And but it was a horrible game to get into. Scott McDonald scored, but I mean, do you know what? Through majority of the teams in Scotland now, I don't feel that. Tynecastle was another place where it was horrible to go to Pittodrie. You don't get that anymore. I was going to ask you.
I used to see you and your sister hanging about carving together as well.
We remember Same Difference? It was on X Factor. That was like us two.
Same difference.
Remember they two? They were
Definitely get up.
He goes in and wrestles his boys. You used to do their routines, didn't you?
We did it together.
Ross and Monica and friends, and his sister.
No, we were like that, us two. Strange. I was going to say, if you've ever played with someone with a tunnel and all that, it's like fucking pitch black and it's like welcome to hell. Do you know?
I know.
So just talk me through this. So see, when you're in the tunnel, what was the hardest
The Goodison tunnel was just narrow. So
place? Are you intimidated in there for away teams, you think?
No, if I tell you this one with Danny Shitter.
Aye, Shitter.
In that tunnel, he's like the width for that table. And the tunnel's just enough for like 2 people.
And shouting and that?
Yeah, he's screaming. He's screaming. I'm on the first yellow.
I'm on the first yellow.
Who's ready? Who's ready for it? I am. Like screaming. We had the big guys in the team. Like Joseph Yobo, he was twice the size.
Yobo's a big boy.
Him, man. Twice the size of him. Yes, I'm up for it today. Who's on the first yellow? I am. And I'm like, I was on the bench. I'm like, thank God, I'm not getting smashed.
Wow.
Hopefully he's got that yellow before I get on.
Millwall's the tunnel's tight and they are intimidating.
And the crowds are all waiting for you to get out.
And the crowd are on you, mate.
If I was an owner, I'd do it.
Pompey's brilliant.
Portsmouth's the same.
But if I was an owner, I would do that with my dog out. Welcome to hell.
I played there as well.
Fratton Park, what a place, mate.
Yes,
It's a wee, like, you come out of the dressing rooms, you go down that way.
Try to remember, and then
It's quite narrow. Try to think of the other one.
What were you saying about Galatasaray, welcome to hell?
But that's what I would do in my tunnel, make it all pitch black. So I walk out there, I would get...
That's what your hall's like in the way up to your room.
Then I would get people, the fans that are beside the dugout, I would get them with masks with fucking smashing it. Do you know what I mean? So when they're coming out, do you know what I mean?
But is this when you've got a football team?
If I was an owner of a club, that's the way I'd
What
build
about
my
the boy
stadium and make it
at,
all. So when teams come, it's horrible. But I would make it in the front shite.
Mind the guy, Billericay.
He
He had the big lion and all that, and then he used to sing.
There's no enough like that going on now when you're going to be away.
You watch your games now, they're all cuddling and all that.
we seen it last night, didn't it? The Liverpool Real Madrid game. They're all
What about
cuddling before
Liverpool,
they
by the
get...
way?
Not about
They're rubbish.
Never watched it.
They're crap. By the way, Klopp's Miles got in now. Miles off it.
It needs new
Mad how
players.
quickly I can turn on. Right, Hibs to have Celtic Park, 2 points off Aberdeen. It's not really the fixture that you're wanting.
No, and they played Rangers obviously a few weeks ago and got battered. How do they approach this? It's got to sit in.
It's not
He's not going to do it because he done it earlier in the season. He was open. They get smashed. They started actually quite well in the game at Easter Road. They had a couple of chances and then Celtic go and batter them again. I just don't see him changing. He's got that style where that's how he wants to play the game.
Who's this, sorry?
Lee Johnson.
Right, so you think he'll go for it?
I think that's the way they play every week. That's
his
you know,
style.
that's the
You want-
message that he sends. And I think that when they've done it, he'll maybe tweak how they do it, but he'll still want to go and play and still want to go and put pressure on. But after the game at Celtic Park earlier in the season, he spoke about players born with a mentality of fear, the Celtic Rangers, and he has to try and stop that. So he can't then go in there and say,
What do you
we
think
need to
about
just
that
sit
when
back.
Can't he leave
when he
open
comes
as he
out with
did?
these comments, you know, and he says, you know, you've got to get to the standards. You've got to be more like them. You've got to find out how they train, how they prepare.
I think
I know his job.
Aye.
That's his job.
But you'll notice when you're training with like the best players, the standard sets itself. The players set that standard. The manager puts a demand on it, but the players train a certain way. When you drop down, it'll annoy you that some people are like.
But that's how that manager. That's how he should be. He should be at them every day.
I think his point is that he's trying to do that, but it's going to take a long time to change that many years of thinking.
But he's got a way of playing, and it's not to sit in. He'll try and play. He'll think. I think he'll. Not as daft as it sounds, but he'll think he can go and put on a performance and maybe get a result, come away with a draw.
It's not going to happen.
But you want Hibs manager should be thinking that way, no?
Aye.
But that's what I mean. I
Against
don't
the
know how you
Celtic
can
side
have
of Parkhead, I'm not so sure.
How can you not
I know,
have
but you think of Tony Mowbray's side who were up against Martin O'Neill's Celtic team, they went fucking toe-to-toe, head-to-head and got results. So why can't it not be done?
It'd be once in a blue moon.
But that's what I'm saying, though. It might take them 2 or 3. I know, but that's what I'm saying. It might take 2 or 3 years. But
is that
if you're constantly thinking like that, you'll never get there.
That group of players not get that mentality for me. Yeah,
but the way you change that mentality is by constantly.
But they tried it against Rangers, and
but you might take a few doings on it.
If you go,
that game should have been sorry, that should have been a doing. That should have been 10-1.
But if you go, if you go and sit in,
open to.
But if you go and sit in and lose anyway,
aye. But what would you rather? Would you rather lose 2-3-0 or get battered 10?
Having a go.
Depends.
I got beat 6-2 for Celtic, right? Having a go, and then we got beat 3-0. And if you ask me to go and play them, I'm going to go on with a chance of getting beat 6-2 again. Couldn't watching them just waiting to get beat.
Aye.
But CV Rangers,
we had chances at 6, even when it was 3-1, we had a couple of chances to make it 3-2. It's a different game, but you end up getting beat 6-2. But
I do think there's a way that you don't
want to be embarrassed.
You can adjust and change where you're not totally abandoning your principles. There is a way of doing it.
100%.
And that's where that is the difficulty, because how much do you concede with Celtic? Got to Celtic Park. If you start low and you start deep, you're not getting out. You're not getting a breather for half an hour till half time maybe. So
you start with high press.
It's a start high. You're probably going to get pegged back anyway. So do you know what I mean?
I know.
It's a tough one. It's a tough challenge. And if you don't have the players, you're asking players to say, right, we're going to play the way we play against everybody. We're going to go toe-to-toe. We're going to press them. We're going to try and force them into mistakes. They're not as good as them.
Do you want to know how
Celtic
I think it's...
do you want
to know how I think it's even tougher nowadays against a Celtic or a Rangers? Because you can't use your physicality. You can't get in amongst them because you get you're risking getting sent off and all that in this day and age. Where you could, get up against people and and try and annoy them and bump them and do them and not. You can't get away with that now.
Danny Shitty would be fucked nowadays.
Aye, they wouldn't last. Wouldn't last a minute.
But if you look at St Mirren, how they done it early in the season, they were physical without kicking lumps. It was just how they played. And in the game before they lost heavily, until they had a man sent off, the way that they played it, and I'm not saying they would have held out, but they were brave. Although they were a back five, they were brave defensively to go and step in. The two side centre backs stepped in against the midfielders. They done it for a deeper position. They weren't going chasing the ball. They left two up the park, and that was causing Celtic problems. The likelihood is they would have found the solution to it. But that's St Mirren and how they play. They're not massively changing their whole style to deal with Celtic. They're making tweaks, so that's where the difficulty
see
comes
that
with a team that's open.
What I've seen in Italian football when they're playing, see when they go to press and they're not making the tackles, but they're hitting you. They're hitting you all the time. They make contact with you constantly all the time. You watch it. But here, against like Celtic sides and they're going to press, they don't make, they shut them down.
2 yards, stop, 2 yards for them.
But the games that I've watched, there's a lot of, they hit you all the time. There's a lot of contact between them. So there is. And that's how you try to ruffle a few feathers with teams that are players that are better than you.
A few feathers, mate.
Here, do you know?
Jim could be doing with the hairy ass man.
See that? So see this sheet, right? This is just for the people watching. This is
Pat Evans football monitoring sheet.
This is his and Dougie Donnelly's. We input at the end. But see,
I think they're brushing each other's hair just now.
I don't know their heat there. Rubbish. But see this sheet. So our producer will prepare this for us. And it's just notes to glance at, right? So you need to put the picture
my
up. So
God.
for the Kettlewell interview, right? He's got a picture of me, and so Kettlewell speaking, and I'm just sitting there like that, look, just looking at the sheet. Oh mate, it is so. I showed him. It is the most unprofessional thing because you're meant to just go, wee glance, boom, question. But I'm sitting there, you can see I'm trying to work it out. Like that. Oh, wait, you see this?
I
Shocker.
deleted it.
Did you delete it?
Was a big.
But you can go on to the next question.
Did you read
Sometimes
it?
you do. Look at
Well, you asked them.
No. But then, actually, I'm going to read it after the sheet here because this is so important. Now, Hearts travel
Right.
up to Aberdeen, right? They're 7 points
You've missed
behind.
it. What?
No, but I put it in vain.
All right.
So sitting... Side it, side.
It's a subtle look at
That's
a sheet
like
before you
you're
ask a
sitting
question.
just cramming in your last bits before an exam.
Okay,
innit?
Stuart. Now, Stuart, how do you prepare for a game?
Stuart, you have had a magnificent start to your
In
tenure
fact,
as manager.
what's that like?
Oh my God,
man.
man. It's fucking, that's shocking, man. How master
But you're different. That's the beauty.
That's
That's
it.
different.
For sure.
You're right,
Honestly,
you're
mate.
right.
Yeah, that's
Shocking.
tried it a wee bit. You need a wee bit more gel.
Can't all be
I'll do it a wee bit.
I'll wet it a wee second. But I'm going to read this because this is so important information here. Hearts now travel up to Aberdeen, right? Where they don't sitting 7 points behind. Right? So
Behind who?
Hearts, sorry, so it's an unbelievable game. That obviously puts them down to 4. Would it, if Aberdeen won, would it put them back in the race for 3rd?
Yeah,
Of course, aye. Of course, aye. That's it.
We asked everything else. Next question, innit?
Yes.
Oh, well, fuck this one now, right? Keep on. Who do you see winning it?
Well, you see how worried he is when he's actually interviewing
see
somebody
I
to
could see
sit
the
here like that. Just carry on, lads. I'm just going to tell my hair.
Well, they're very good at home, Aberdeen,
Aye, and Rob.
this season.
By the way, Rob could get that job.
It's a bit like Kilmarnock, isn't it? Kilmarnock are good at home. Aberdeen are good at home. So, what's the don't fancy their chances?
Do you know if Aberdeen get, see if Aberdeen get 3rd, surely Robson get.
Ah, if you get started, it's a no-brainer, isn't it?
Aye.
Oh, and he wants
Definitely.
it. He wants it.
of
You
course he
every
wants it.
time you hear him.
Check Aberdeen can.
Can they? Aye. I don't see, but it's no a massive
Squad good enough
gap.
to do it, isn't it?
Aye, I would look. See, at this time, this game's massive for both clubs. So if Hearts win it, people then go, Hearts will finish 3rd, Aberdeen are out of it. If Aberdeen win, you go, well, Aberdeen could maybe catch Hearts. Changes the mentality. But these are the games where it comes to it, and that is the test. Then can you go and put a wee run a form, a wee consistent run of form on? So I think it's exciting because you throw Hibs into the mix as well. You wouldn't rule them out totally. So it's
It's a real 50-50 game for me, that.
Is it, Derek?
For me, aye.
Based on what, just because Aberdeen's fault, it's Hearts' 2 defeats to Celtic.
Because Aberdeen are really good at home. They've got the players up top to hurt Hearts. Absolutely.
Duke's flying into it.
Aye. And he's at it, and they've got good players, and they've tightened up defensively a wee bit. They're better. Well, I'd imagine under Barry they're a wee bit more organised as well now.
Yeah.
Time to work with them. He kept saying that on the grass. He's had that time. And then you look at Hearts. Hearts are a good side, by the way.
Hearts played. Did Hearts play well over the 2? I know they got beat, but did they play well over the 2 games against Celtic?
Well, the disappointment for the cup game was
yeah.
how open they were at the start of the game. You know, there was the Celtics midfield were breaking on them. You know,
Constantly,
nobody near them. Aye, weren't they? You could just. And what was it? When did they get the goal? Was it 3-4 minutes in?
And they could have scored two before that.
You could just even. I couldn't believe how open they were early doors. But no, but Hearts are
More away. The away game, sorry, when they went.
Aye.
So it was a good away performance. Could you take that into an away performance at Pittodrie?
Aye, so that's where they'll take their confidence from, and they've got a belief about them. So that's how it's a real 50-50.
Yeah.
If you're going to go to the. Was that?
Shankland, is he back?
Yeah, it should be a wee hamstring strain, wouldn't it?
He's massive for them, man. If he's not playing, you
Who's the other boy up top, the big powerful boy, Armstrong?
No, the boy-
Humphreys, sorry, what am I saying? Armstrong. Humphreys, you know, he's a handful as well,
Aye.
pace, power and that. So Shankland, so...
That'll be a good game, that.
That's a game of the
It's not
weekend.
that sees, but
See back.
you get players like that, so real 50-50 that game for me.
Cracker of a game,
So
that
it
is.
is.
Then at the weekend,
think if-
Smotherwell every week. Come on.
You think if the wee cleaner at Tynecastle played in the starting 11, they'd get you give him the captaincy over Andy?
He's just not getting a sniff at it, you know?
What's that?
Andy just can't
Andy?
get the armband, mate.
He's doing everything he
Sander
can.
Clark's been there. He's not done a shite in the place, and he was the captain at the weekend.
He's been the
Yeah, in
captain.
2 minutes.
Does he want the armband?
Desperate for it, mate. And he
Phones us all the time.
phones us out
Says
to
it's
10
disgrace.
tears. What have I got to do?
Aye.
It's a shambles. I'm doing
I
everything.
think
I wouldn't have him as captain.
Cleans Nielsen's motor.
Was it a
mate, still
penalty?
can't get it.
Was it a penalty?
No for me. It's not
against
captain
Celtic.
material.
Was it a penalty? Was it a penalty? See the one he
Ah, it's a penalty,
It's in it.
That's a
I
penalty,
thought,
mate,
I thought a penalty every day of the week.
What one?
The one the boys played just and behind
Oh,
him, and he
what,
turned.
Andy?
Aye, it's a
Oh,
penalty.
definitely.
It's a penalty.
Definitely.
Mate, he was a joke at Parkhead, and how good he was the first.
Was he
His
good,
ball
mate?
was his ball and was brilliant.
What a ball that is.
Do you know what he was unreal at, mate? I couldn't believe see when Celtic were free bodies pressing, popping, breaking it. But then
He's very bendy, I know. See that one he slid in with a tackle, his knee went a wee back into a weird position by it. I was like, oh.
Do you put that in your scout report?
Stretch Armstrong. Stretch
Aye,
Armstrong.
good luck, Dave.
That's
Well
a
done,
melody.
it's good left foot.
Stretchy
He's
man.
bendy.
Graham
And he is
Murray did
bendy.
something wrong.
Aye, he was good
Very
at all that.
bendy that we need.
Murray put his legs in places he never thought they could go. He said,
Right, boys, it's time to go down.
Done well.
Pop the table. Down the bottom of the table. So I'm going to ask
I
that
want to
one?
ask you just quickly before going that.
Of course you can.
What's your thoughts, Aberdeen Hearts? Who you fancying for it? Because you didn't get to pick a cup anyway.
I fancy, I think it's a... Oh,
Fancy, I think it's a...
I was going to go Aberdeen there because you're at home, but Aberdeen.
Right, okay.
Just been a home form, I think. Recently.
Right, take us down.
There you go.
Take us down.
Take us right down.
With Kelly. I really worry for Kelly this weekend because a home game, they've been excellent at home, but that defeat in the cup, their confidence could be shattered. Couldn't it?
But I will say there've been
there'll
other times where you've thought their confidence would be shattered and they bounced
That's
back
the
really well.
Demikins is
And
great.
they're at home. And
St Johnstone, innit?
Will there no be a bit of anger there?
Yeah.
Certainly there would be for the manager, wouldn't they?
Aye.
And, with that performance they put on. So,
Well, you're looking at
it's all
before the
nothing new
weekend.
for them.
They win that game. Then the draw. You're looking at Kelly, favourites to get into a Scottish Cup final,
Aye.
and that's a chance they've passed up. But they're at home. Their home form. Majority of their points have come at home. So I think there'll be.
I think there'll be a
Hutton,
reaction.
angry,
I
and
think
there'll be
there'll
a
be a big
reaction.
reaction. I think behind closed doors, you get fucking through them, by the way, for that performance.
100%.
And he'll know now, the players that
Aye.
he wants that's going to give him everything. Because I don't think there was quite a few of them up there that didn't give him enough on the night. Just get through the
playing for their
motions.
futures now,
Frightening,
the
by the way.
players.
You could
Because-
actually see it, I think, sorry, Fran,
No,
you
go on.
could see it in McKinnon, the camera panned in. You could tell half an hour to go, he went, they're not giving me enough here. You could see it in him, by the way. So, I think he would have went through them. Then he'll a lot of anger in there.
But you
I
need
think
to
he'll
feel
get a
for
reaction.
managers like McKinnon because it's not like you've got a squad where you can go and change 5 or 6, can you?
Aye, but he's got.
I know, but he's got a squad to beat
the,
Inverness.
No, that's what I'm saying. I get
How
that.
new
But I'm
to
saying it's like the
change
weekend. It's
it.
not like you can go
Aye.
and say like that was unacceptable. I'm changing 5
Aye,
or
aye.
6 because it's too
No.
much of a gamble, isn't it? That
Aye.
he's putting young boys in at this
Aye.
stage of the season.
Aye,
you
you're
know.
right. You're right, but I think
But
there
we
will
know
be
the
a
ones that
reaction.
can trust, and he knows the ones that will give him everything, and that's all he needs now.
And I think there'll be, if there haven't been already, there'll be conversations to say, look, for now at the end of the season, your job's to stay in the league. Whether you're here or not next season depends on you, but there'll be a lot of them where he'd have made his mind up. He'd have been pretty sure, but there'll be a lot of them he's
Going
thought,
for their
I need to get
livelihoods
rid of them.
as well. Do they want to be getting relegated? Contracts changing all that.
Aye.
So it's such an important part. This is why I love this part of the season. It's a business end. It's not just
Love
about
when
the
you
top,
say that.
but it's the boatmen because livelihoods are at stake. People have got mortgages to pay. So if
You've
you've
not, yours is fucking paid off.
Yeah,
Price paid off.
but so it's serious.
No,
Serious
you're
thing.
right,
It's
right.
so important for these guys.
Of course it is.
So it is. So you're playing for you talk about we've all got families and all that. So hey, by the way, it's time to.
If you
do
guys
the
there that
nitty-gritty.
were in the team that got relegated as well, so they don't want that again.
Twice on your CV.
Yep. So that's
Can that be a psychological effect on them though? Because it's already happened that could be actually bad. That they've been relegated before.
I don't think so. It's different
Oh,
circumstances. isn't it? Different manager, different players are injured.
No, I think there's a different. It's if it was the same manager and the exact same group of players, then I don't know. For me, you would use it and say we've been here before. You'd like to think they know what went wrong and how to fix it. But I think ideal for them that they've got a home game.
Aye.
Because if that was another away game, everybody before the game's talking about Kilmarnock's shocking away form. Now they're at home, it does put a bit of pressure on them because everybody's saying, well, they're good at home, so there is a different pressure, but the players will accept that and say, but we are good at home. We're good at home, we can win this game.
Obviously, they're massive games just now, but you just need to be in touching distance because when that spot happens, that's when it. You can still claw your way back because you're playing against teams around you. Am I right in saying that?
Definitely.
Dundee United, Motherwell as well, still go to St Johnstone. So there. So people talk about pressure, but I throw it back the other way. It's like you want to look after your family. You want to make sure they're all right. I know this might sound
Well, that'll come into it, mate.
You can go your holiday, nice
You can
holiday.
get that extra better steak on holiday. Summer.
Well, whatever, to motivate them, but
They're doing a bonus.
You can get chips
They're
and
doing a
mash.
bonus for their league position as
wouldn't
well.
they? Aye.
So I don't know.
Get the aisle seat instead of the windy seat.
Because you've got that
You've got that wee bit extra.
can be a 50% drop in wage,
man,
mate, when you go down.
I'd always go aisle seat, mate. 'Cause I've-
What about
as you know, I need about 10 pushes of fucking flight.
first class? Being first class?
Oh.
Business class?
Best, mate. That. I would never get it now, but back in the day with the 28th man at Celtic pre-season, you're in the first class,
amazing,
mate.
innit?
Oh, fuck. No, you're not going to play a minute, so you're fucking eating everything. The best, mate.
What a feeling.
Took the piss, man.
What a feeling that is.
The most insignificant player on that plane, and I'd it more than any team, mate. I'd have spent the most money.
It's a team game, mate.
That's
It's a
it.
team game.
Morale was
Get
it for
yourself in
the
there.
dressing
Aye,
room,
that's
mate.
it.
That.
So it's
You
important.
Poor
Yeah,
Paddy McCourt to steal you, man.
So this is
What
it.
did?
Oh, well, not going to say that. I was. Paddy maybe wasn't a bit.
No, Paddy.
Maybe wasn't he? Definitely wasn't he? Or
I'm not
was.
going to throw anyone under the plane.
So he was.
Hey, don't
Hey,
mind that.
good
I
one.
like the way you
So
done that.
it
Right,
was.
we're going to go right on to the route. Paddy, I'm coming to you this week. We're going to
You went
start.
to Paddy last week. What have you got
Yeah,
against
I'm
it?
coming
Is
to
there
you.
something against
No,
it?
no, you go to Faddy.
Forgot.
No,
Forgot. I did forget.
Did you see him? They were having a wee conversation about, they were giving it to him about because he's went with you, and rather than Kenny Miller. And the two, he said, brilliant
Aye.
But
careers and all that.
he's two-faced, mate. You'll say
Oh,
what
aye.
I and Kenny.
But I thought it was because you're
You're much
kind
better
of
than Kenny.
white.
Much better than Kenny. Kenny can get near you, to be perfectly honest with you. Here, I'm going to go. I'm going to
By
start
the way,
with.
something I never said. I love playing with Kenny.
Oh, good. I thought it was going to be.
Do you know
We
what I
had a
could-
really good partnership.
Do you know it's a coach's dream because you come and play if you Kenny in behind. You couldn't make
I
it
love
up.
playing with Kenny.
Did you
Apart
notice?
from
Did you
when
see
I
that?
used
No.
to set him up, he'd run by me and celebrate with me.
See, they're both the same. They always
Aye.
say something complimentary about
And
each
then
other.
they'll,
but there's a
then they'll
wee-
put a wee
When the
something
camera
in.
gets up, it's
Aye.
different.
No,
Nah, I'm joking, I'm like-
I love playing with Kenny. Kenny was a dream to play with, and I'm sure everybody in that Scotland team or any team that he's played with would say the same.
Kenny might be
we're getting
perfect for
chucked-
modern
we're
day
getting chucked.
football now, mate.
Oh
See the
my
high
God.
press starting with your centre
It
forward.
reminds me of the guy at
But
Napoli.
that's the thing.
We're getting chucked out of here. by
We've
the way.
always teams have always pressed.
At the time.
There's always
It's a new
been.
height.
That's how you play. Press for the front.
It reminds
That's why
me of
Kenny was so
So
effective because he could do it. But
Wasn't he sold
everybody
up
in the
play?
team done it.
Kenny done the hardest thing with a lot. He put the ball in the
Ball
back
in
of
the
the net. Innit?
Scuffed it at the back of the net. He's a king of the scuff, wasn't he? Nah, he wasn't. He was actually a clean
Aye,
striker.
he's
My favourite type of striker, that looking to get in behind as well. But hey, we've had enough of
Nevin
Kenny.
screaming, cooting, bang. He's
Coot.
talking about what he's done. Dougie Douglas.
Ah, what you do? Just need to come and see this, what I've done to you. Right, here we
Then
go.
go
We're going to
Faddy.
start with the early kick-off. Motherwell against Rangers.
we know who's gone, mate.
Wow,
He's going Motherwell.
There we go.
Motherwell.
Wow.
Motherwell.
Are you?
Man. Motherwell won that game.
He's shaking his head, look.
Thanks so much.
Mal
Alright.
passes Scants back in the dressing room. Get them back in.
Need to get that welcome here. Right, here we go. Aberdeen Hearts.
Oh, so I thought it was a wee pause there.
I'm
That's a
going.
tough
I'm
one.
going for a draw.
Aye,
I'm going for a draw.
2 each,
aye.
I think that one could be. I think Aberdeen, but 2 each. Here, Faddy. A game of...
I thought he wasn't allowed to do
Wait
it.
2 minutes.
I don't think
You keep
Motherwell
going
win.
there.
Aye, that'll be 2 each.
Here, Faddy, I'm going to say to you, see, a team of no touchstone, or two, Dundee, St Mirren.
Dundee.
Dundee United and St
Aye.
Mirren.
we overrun
Right.
it.
Better than that.
No, we're going to get the food out now so we can show the
Sorry, we never
viewers how
spoke
good the
about
food
it.
is.
Dundee United. Dundee United v St Mirren. A massive game at Tannadice.
Aye,
How
St
do you see
Mirren.
it?
It's mad how
Do you think
football
so?
works. Isn't it? Well, Goodwin played his old team Aberdeen last week and now he's playing against his other old team St Mirren.
Right, last game. A lot of fucking interference when I'm talking about. Last game deal. Faddy, Livingston, Ross County. And by the way, I'm going to say it's a must-win for Livingston. There you go.
No, it's not.
In terms of what?
by the
Top
way,
six?
top six.
Confidence.
Confidence.
By the way, tip my cap today, boys. See
I'm going to go for Ross County. There you go.
Oh!
See what they get paid.
Sorry.
Very
David.
open, weren't they, about it, Martindale?
Nah, I think Livy are struggling for form at the minute.
They are a wee bit.
So I'm going to go for Ross County.
Hey, Faddy, you have to
Aye.
beat them. You know what I mean? Right, I'll go Derek.
Yes.
Good
evening.
We're going to leave Celtic Hibs.
Good
I'm going to
afternoon.
give you... I can't believe you've not
Morning,
picked it. Can't
afternoon.
believe you've not picked
I
it.
left it for you.
Kelly St Johnston.
Kelly.
Home win.
There's got to be a reaction. Aye, big reaction. A lot of anger, I would imagine, in there. So,
St Johnstone
show
could-
it out in the park, because they need it big
Still
time.
get top six
So I'm
St
going to, again, be tight, Kelly, but
Right, okay, I'm going to give you another tight one, Aberdeen Hearts.
I'm going to go Aberdeen. You know, as much as Hearts have been playing really well, I just think at home, Aberdeen, the players, we just said earlier, got up top. Aye, I'm going to Aberdeen just to edge it again. They're all close games, all these.
Again, Dundee United St Mirren.
Oh, I'm going to go a draw with that one. But I kind of fancy St Mirren a wee bit, do you know that? St Mirren. Going to go St Mirren. There you go. That's a big game for Dundee United.
Why are you surprised Dundee United have been hopeless?
Aye. I'm going to go St Mirren. St Mirren are a good, I mean, you think about it, they're a good side, the fitness organisation, everything about them. They've got a wee bit up top, remain and that.
That's
with
that physicality up front. I don't know if Dundee United will do it.
I'll go St Mirren because I think they'll be quite.
He's taking Edwards at the team, the captain's at the team.
I've seen that as well.
Big call.
Was that with that mistake he made? The one
Two.
He made
One game.
So two games. Two games.
Even though they got to draw against Livy, I know Livy are the greatest of forms, but
have you not really get battered in the first half? Livy battered them in the first half.
Bring it
Sharp in here.
Joe's a Carlisle United fan.
Are you Joe? Aye.
I'm more than Man United fan these days.
Oh,
follow football that much.
Brilliant, mate.
I'm going for my lunch.
No interested. Look at this, mate. This is incredible.
Thanks everybody. Thank you.
Cheers.
Sorry, Derek, where were you? What you saying, man?
I don't know where I'm at.
Wait.
You tell me.
I need a wee photo.
You're going St Mirren to beat Dundee United.
I'm going St Mirren.
Last one again.
Close.
I'm going to give you another tight one. Livingston versus Ross County.
And I'm going to go Livingston. And the reason being, their form hasn't been good, Faddy. And it's like no low averages, but you'll be disappointed. But then again, fair play to the Livy boys, by the way, because you see the money. They're not on a lot of money, they guys. They guys give Martindale everything.
Oh, listen, they're on a lot more money than we're on, mate. I wouldn't feel that sorry for them.
Do you see some of them are only on, what is it, 700 quid?
A week for 700 quid, mate.
For the best job in the world.
Exactly, mate.
Aye, but
this boys digging the fucking streets for 200.
Alright, I'll take it back then. Look,
He's trying to get rid of the fans. He's trying to suck up to the fans. Oh, man of the people.
Right, so Livingston.
Livingston's going to Livy, aye. And I'm going to have a wee bit of this.
Boys.
Have we finished?
Incredible.
Wait a minute. I'm going to fingers on the buzzers. I'm going to sing a song from a TV show. First is going to get it. No, here. First to get the name of the TV show.
Grandstand.
Yes! 1 point aside. Here's the second one. You ready for the second game show? You ready for the second game show? 1 point aside.
Countdown.
Yeah!
It's too much fucking TV, doesn't it?
Brilliant,
I can't believe that was so out of tune. I can't believe you got that.
I would not like it. I don't know.
Is that?
Last one.
Here's one for you. Let's see who gets this.
There's too many.
Dave Station.
And
Big break.
Well done, James.
Wow.
It's only a get right, lads. Tuck in.
Come on,
Once again, get yourself down.
Cheers.
Unbelievable, amazing
Sunday
staff,
Rose
amazing
and-
people.